Hey everybody, just real quick, just showing how to do I call it a Bacter bomb, but I guess it could be a glass garden bomb because I actually use all three, the Bacter AE, the Shrimp Fit, and the Shrimp Baby. I got some of these little test tube things. They are from a little, they're for like beads, but yeah, I usually put about that much of a scoop of each Shrimp Fit. You know, you don't need a whole lot. Into there. And a little Bacter. Bacter you can do a little bit more of, but... So yeah, about that much of that scoop. Yeah, I used to do it with the fancy thing, but you know what? I just dip it straight in. This is a 20-gallon, so it's a little, and then yeah, just shake it up. So got it shaken up, and yeah, this is like, these are for beads, these little test tube jobbers. But yeah, so this is a tank I planted about 6 months ago. So yeah, and then what we do is bomb it. Just kind of drop that bomb in. And as you can see, I've got a few shrimp in there. Something else I'm doing in here, a little tip for those of you with snail issues. I'm currently trying to just keep orange snails, or pink snails. As you can see, I've got a lot of those. But what I do is I put a cucumber slice in. My son eats a lot of cucumbers, so he doesn't like the ends. So I take the ends, put it in a skewer, and actually I just put a fresh one in. This is what it looks like afterwards. The snails actually chow down on it pretty good. And what I like to do is with the skewer, I actually put the round end, and this isn't helping you much, but I put the round end where the meat is, so when you pick it up. But yeah, basically, I just pick up that skewer and pull it up real slow, and usually the snails stay on. Like I said, I'm keeping the orange ones right now because I like them. I like the way they look. I'm usually pretty successful. That snail right there, looks like he got away. So I'm going to actually, because people also often ask me, hey, what do you do with all your snails? And I'll show you what I do with my snails. This is Larry. Larry is a Fahaka puffer. Hey, Larry, want a snail? Larry likes snails, don't you, Larry? Here, look at him. He's just such a good guy. Get him. And Larry likes to eat the snails. So, yeah, he just... Larry takes care of my snail problems. Sometimes I'll just dump them in there, but he's been watching me. He knows what I've been up to. So, yeah, that's Larry the Vahaka puffer. His tank is way too small for him right now. He's pretty small, but I've got a 200-gallon that is coming in that will cover this entire span. That was originally what was the plan was, and got busy with some other stuff, so these three tanks are going to move. That's actually a Midwest tank that I've got. Those are bluegill that I've raised from fry. Those guys are going into a 55. This tank is going to be getting moved upstairs. But yeah, as far as what I've done, I can just kind of talk now because I already showed what to do on the bomb, and if you guys are bored and want to watch. This tank was planted all with just loose stuff. I've got a lot of nano tanks. That's what I got started with. Got into it really 2019 with COVID. So do a lot of different plants, and this was one of my first ones that I did. But yeah, I let them get kind of wild, and then yeah, what I did was I just basically pulled all the plants, and I've got some befores that are pretty amazing. Stuck them in there. This was my first tank I did with Fluval. I bought a bag of this Fluval Stratum. Wow, look at that stuff on my arms. And this was still the bag that I bought for the 20 gallon. Put straight Fluval in the bottom, You got to go real slow on it. Take your time. I don't know if you've ever, if you're old enough to remember Ovaltine, but it's basically like hot cocoa. I dripped it in real slow, otherwise you're going to have a big old nasty mud pit. So just got to take your time with it. But yeah, plant's real nice. Did a wall. I actually pulled, I don't even know what these plants are called, but I pulled all of these plants and made a wall on the back side, and those came in with a vengeance. These I put about 3, I think that's it's Sagittarius something. It's dwarf Sagittarius something or other. I'm a scientist. Planted those, I think maybe put 5 in. And those were out of this tank, I believe. But yeah, just put a few of the spurts in, and they just went hog wild. As far as, there's no CO2 going on in this tank. The light is a fluval plant light. I like it because it's got a Bluetooth app, so you just kind of set it on Pro and it does its own thing. Real easy to deal with. When the lights go out, you just hit the thing again. You know, if the power goes out, you know, you just go with that. Larry is now asking me why am I standing here and not feeding him snails, because he is like, dude, what are you doing in my world without giving me snails? Yeah, so, and you can see, got a lot of different, I got some bristlenose. This was more just a planted tank. I throw a lot of oddball males in there mostly. And some bristlenoses I've just started getting into. Don't have a lot of babies in here, don't have a lot of females in here, because I really don't want a bunch of wild mess, but there's a few females in there, and we'll see what they come up with. That's a big Amano that I picked up, who is super cool. Found I was getting a lot of growth, algae, so brought in some cleaners to kind of knock that stuff out. Look at Larry. He's such a good guy. He's going to get a nice 200-gallon tank. He's going to be so happy. He's pretty happy in there, but he's going to be getting about 3 times that size. So I also have, and actually, these guys were in that 20. I've got some of the, where are those pea buffers? I just saw one swimming around. There's a few. There's one right there. There he is. Where is he? Where is he? You see him? Got a terrible glare. Oh, there he is, right there. Yeah, looks like he just got something. He's chowing on something there. But yeah, there's a few pea puffers in here, which will be going back in the 25 tall once Larry gets back at it. But yeah, mainly started out with guppies and shrimp. This is a neat tank. These are all my yellows. I've got a ton of them in there. I pretty much, this was kind of a last chance tank that I was screwing around with. As you see, I got a couple back row tanks, and this is one I'm getting started right now. But just kind of forgot about it. Had it sitting in the back, was feeding it and doing whatever, and then finally really took a good look at it, and I was like, good Lord, this thing is packed with some really nice and big. These guys are humongous as far as shrimp are concerned. Yellow shrimp, and there is a lot in there. In fact, I'll probably do another video now that I've talked for 10 minutes. Just kind of showing a quick bomb on this one, because these guys could always use it. But yeah, got that. This is my quick little blue nano. That's just a regular black substrate. That's nothing special. Got a lot of neat blues floating around in there. But yeah, I bomb all these guys. I do that combo, and I do it every day. I get a little algae here and there, but I also get happy active shrimp. So, not sure if it's the right thing, but it's my thing, and it's what's been working. This Higer tank this was a cherry. Got a big bag of cherries at a show from this guy, and it was just like this giant bag of culls, and been playing around with that. A lot of those males ended up in the other tank. This is a black rose, and those guys have been really Kind of hiding out. They're hard to see because they're black, but they're very dark. But yeah, there's black rose in there. This is the actually Florin Grow. This is what I use for my tanks. This tank here I'm setting up now, and what I'm doing now is I'm doing a little bit of I'm doing the pool filter sand, and then just throwing stratum on top. And this tank's been sitting for about a week. Looks like somebody came loose there, but yeah, again, just throwing clippings in there. This will be fun as for an after video later. The glass is filthy, but yeah, just kind of getting it going right now. I've got the bubble filter, but right now I'm actually running that rear filtration, just to keep everything circulating and moving. And I'll let this thing sit for about a month before I really start. I might throw some guppies in there, but I'm sure there'll be some accidental shrimp popping in. But yeah, I'm probably going to load it up with some of those yellows. That light I've got up here is a Nick Crew, I believe it is. I think that's a Nick Crew. Nice light. Is that a Nick Crew? What light is this? I don't know. But it's cool because it actually, you tell it what time it is, and then it will it'll run from there. Oh, it looks like there's a brand name right there. I pick up weird things from there's an auction around here that does lot sales, like pallet sales, and whenever I see a pet store pallet sale, so I got all these tanks. They were all returned. They were all on a pallet. Most of them. Some of them were separate. That one was. That one was. This 20 was a buddy gave me it. But those two were both on a pallet. And if I told you that I paid, man, I think I might have paid $15, $20 for each tank. Maybe. And they're fine. The one's got a little, the tall's got a little bit of a scratch on it. This one's got a few scratches on the front, but I don't mind. These things I was getting for, I don't know, I think maybe I paid $1 a piece for these little tanks, and they're pretty cool. They work nice. This is my snowball tank, and there are tons of snowballs in there. Snowballs are neat. They're kind of dumb. They're fun. They're just kind of goofy little, I don't know. Out of all my shrimp, the snowballs are just fun to watch because they're just dopey. They're always kind of just doing silly. They're silly. Yeah, it looks like I got a nice somebody molted today, which is good to see. But yeah, so this is what's happening. There's a lot in there. Where are they all? Yeah, they're all hiding out in there. But yeah, I'd say there's easily 30 in this little. It's a little 5-gallon tank. I started out with like 5. I think I bought a 5-pack at a show, and they have been flourishing. So yeah, pretty much just leave them alone. I mean, if that yellow tank tells you anything, it's like I didn't even realize there was really shrimp in there. I was throwing Tetra Flakes in there. That was kind of a last chance tank where when I skim the duckweed off the top, I'll throw it in a tank. This is kind of my last chance tank right now, but I'll just kind of throw stuff in there just to make sure I didn't catch any babies or anything funky. And I mean, I've got some crazy, got some really cool shrimp out of it. This was a last chance tank as well, and I pulled a lot of really nice rillies out of there. It has got the bubble going. I don't like hang-on backs. I like the bubble filters. You can get these things on Amazon. They sell them in like 4-packs. Depending on how bad your sickness is. But yeah, and then basically I just have one big pump, and I have linked them all in. Higer's got a cool system, but I really am not a huge fan of their pump. The water's got to be really high for it to work. It's a pretty tank, but I don't like the filtration. At this point, I'm stuck on bubbles. Obviously that big tank I'm going to have is going to have a Fluval FX on it, I'm guessing. But yep, that's what I got. So now I need to remake a video because this one's 15 minutes long. But yeah, hope everybody's doing well out there and just have fun with it. Usually I just I sit in my chair here, and I call this the Neptune Room, and this is where I come to decompress after work. So hope you guys are all having a good time. And then there's Larry. Say goodnight, Larry. Good night, Larry.